Do people really not understand the life of Pi? Because I just came from a YouTube video where, first of all, they were very confused about the whole cannibalism thing. So, no, he didn't eat his parents. No. What happened is there were 4 people on the boat, or him and 3 animals. 4 animals. There's the tiger, who is him. There's the hyena, who is a cook. There was a zebra, who was a young sailor. And there was an orangutan, his mother. The sailor was injured jumping onto the boat. The zebra broke his leg. And the cook, rather than help him, secretly basically killed him. And then ate him. And the mother / orangutan then attacked the hyena and was thrown overboard and eaten by sharks. And Pi, traumatized by all of this, does to the cook what he did to the sailor. So Pi only ate one person, and it was not his mom, or his dad, which is the weirdest take. Secondly, the whole theme of the movie is about religious unity in stories. And I just find it incredible that people miss this, because the opening sets this up. Pi talks about falling in love with multiple religions, and then he tells a story about an incredible survival situation, and the story that he tells people is about tigers and hyenas and all of this, but people don't necessarily believe him. So he tells another story where he tells the true story where it's just people. And this is not the point is that different people, different cultures interpret and see God different ways. This story is still essentially at its base the same story, an incredible story of survival, bravery, courage, and faith. But how different people interpret it and what they choose to believe is colored by, their own proclivities, their own mindsets, etc. And sometimes a pretty story is just easier to tell. It's nicer to tell. And it makes people happier than a story that's a lot grittier and darker. But some people, would actually prefer that other story that has a lot more trauma and horror to it. Or more realism, depending on how you view it. So that's it. It's literally a story about there being one God and people interpreting it in a bunch of different ways because it's a better story sometimes. That's it. And I don't understand how people miss that. Like, it's the whole theme of the movie. Like, it's really just an extended metaphor for how you can believe in multiple religions at one time. Nobody got that. Y'all really didn't get that? Like, it even, like, it's basically an essay, because he even starts off, like, setting the framework of, like, I fell in love with God, and I started off on one religion, and then I found, Christianity, and I believed in both. He literally just basically says that at the beginning of the movie, that he believes in multiple religions and doesn't see any contradiction between them. And then he goes on to explain essentially why he's able to hold that viewpoint, and it's because he has a story that is told 2 different ways depending on who he's talking to. And that's basically, like, how he's saying God works. That, like, it's the same God, just different people get different stories because that's what works for them. And it's really beautiful if you ask me. But how about you? How do you think about it?